Pornography. Hello, I am Nicholas Elkins, and I have been a slave to pornography for over 10 years. Pornography and lust are two big problems that young men and women often struggle with. And as I've said, I've struggled with these problems for over 10 years. But after falling short before the Lord over and over and over again, today I decided to break free of my habitual sin through the love and mercy of Jesus Christ. And as we ought to know, God uses us in our weakness to show His strength. So I come before you today in my weakness so that God may show His strength through me. God uses us in our weakness to show His strength. Using several different assets from other resources and experiences, I have created a 5-step active porn prevention plan, or the APPP, to help both myself and you break free from pornography. Step number 1, go through the 4 R's. Now, the 4 R's are a simple and easy tool to go through the motions of repentance. A lot of times in Christianity, you see people repenting, getting down on their knees and crying out and really spending way more time than they need to repenting and putting themselves on like a spiritual time out because of what they've done. When in reality, repentance shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. And these are the 4 R's. The first R is repentance, and that is, I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry that I've fallen in this area. I'm sorry that I've fallen short. The second is receive, and that's receiving the forgiveness that God has for you. Your forgiveness was already paid for on the cross. Number 3 is rebuke. You rebuke the enemy, and you rebuke your flesh and your fleshly desires and the lusts of your heart. Last R, replace. Now, this is a very important one. If we're talking about lust, what is the opposite of lust? That's love. So you say to God, I don't want this lust in my heart anymore, Lord, and I replace it with love for other people. Step number 2 is create a truth list. Now, a truth list is another super helpful tool for you. All it is saying simple truths about yourself, about God, and about others. And those are kind of the main 3 truths you need to hit on. What does God say about me? What is God's character? And how does God want me to treat others? Now, in the description, I have links to both the PDF of my truth list that you can use as a reference. It comes included with biblical references for each point. I also have included a link to the PDF of the APPP. So go ahead and look at that and try to make a truth list of your own, something that's more personal to you. Step number 3. Yeah, that looks okay. Step number 3, remove stumbling blocks. What is a stumbling block? It's something that causes you to stumble. Keeping my phone charging in my room, that's a stumbling block. It's also recognizing some of your triggers, like scrolling through social media, maybe going on certain websites, or going to certain locations, finding those stumbling blocks and removing them from your life. Along with the stumbling blocks, you also want to place safeguards into your life. That would be like getting covenant eyes on your smartphone. If you want to go extreme, like me, you can get a flip phone. Another safeguard that you need to have in place is having an accountability partner. The best kind of accountability partner you can have is someone who is more spiritually mature than you, also someone who has dealt with it and overcome it. Have an accountability partner who is farther along than yourself. So remove stumbling blocks and place safeguards. Step number 4, taking care of your body, your soul, and your spirit. Now, a lot of people get confused when I say soul and spirit. What I basically mean is your mind and your spirit. So let's look at them one at a time. The first one is your body. That means eating well, being physically active, fasting. Taking a shower, having personal hygiene, taking care of your body. Next is taking care of your soul or your mind. You want to do more thought-engaging activities like reading a book or working on a project or having a conversation with someone is one of the easiest ways to be taking care of your mind. And while we're here, I want to add another very important point, and that's that thoughts will come to you no matter what. It doesn't matter how far you are on your journey, thoughts will come. You need to rebuke them and keep going. And lastly, your spirit. Lean in and rest in God. That means getting in the Word and praying and speaking in tongues. Just spending more time with God is the main thing. The most engaging thing you can do with your spirit is being engaged with God. Step number 5, and the last step, is flee from sexual immorality. In Genesis, the story of Joseph, whenever he's home alone with Potiphar's wife and she's trying to get him to go to bed with her, he doesn't just stay there. He leaves. She grabs him by the coat and he takes his cloak off and he leaves. He flees from sexual immorality. So that means you get up, you turn off the device, you call your accountability partner, and you stop yourself from getting bamboozled by the enemy, man. And the enemy includes your flesh. And that concludes the active porn prevention plan. I hope that this video has helped you. I hope that you've gotten something out of it. So don't forget to get an accountability partner and get into community. One of the biggest tactics of Satan is getting you to not speak up about your secret habitual sin. One of his tactics is trying to get you to hold it down and cover it up so no one can see it. But the only way that you can get better from this is seeking help. And that means seeking help from other people who are more spiritually mature than yourself. It's not going to be an easy journey, but we're in this together. I'm Nicholas Elkins. May God bless you, may He keep you, and have an incredible day.